Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Benson. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into the show here. So as you guys know, the Oklahoma City Thunder are now up 3-2 on the San Antonio Spurs, with Game 6 returning back to San Antonio. And full disclosure, I thought that the Spurs are going to win this game in series, in 6 games. I am absolutely wrong, but we'll see. We'll see if the Spurs can still come back and win it here. But anyway, so they lost that game. Victor didn't play particularly well. He wasn't aggressive enough. He didn't get enough rebounds. And I hate the fact that he ran away from the media at the end of the game and didn't speak to them. There's just no defense for that. And Victor needs to be called to the carpet for that, right? But one of the biggest stories about this series is the flopping from the Oklahoma City Thunder. How egregious it is, and fans are pointing it out at every turn, and we're going to get to that in a moment here. But I saw a video here from Nightcap, and I want to refer you guys to the video itself because, well, in case you guys want to go watch it. And it says, the title, it came out a few hours ago. Like, it says, Unk and ISO Joe blast referees, getting paid under the table, cheating all night versus the Spurs Nightcap. So I tuned in to hear what they had to say, right? And Shannon Sharpe and Joe Johnson had some comments for the way that the refs were covering this game. But before we even get into what they had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. All right, guys, the regular season is wrapped up and the NBA playoffs are finally here, and there's no better way to cash in on all of the high-flying hoop action than Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means when you're making lineups on Prize Pick. And here's something you didn't want to sleep on. Prize Picks has the Do It Live 2026 NBA Finals sweepstakes going on right now. Make a $5 lineup with at least one live NBA player pick during the playoffs, and you could win a trip for 2 to the NBA Finals. That alone is reason enough to check out Prize Picks right now. I've been making lineups on the Celtics and Lakers players, and it makes watching the playoffs so much more fun. It's simple. Just pick more or less on player projections across basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. You can even pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup with stacks. And if your picks get off to a hot start, cash out early with easy payouts before the game even ends. Prize Picks is now available in all 50 states. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. All right, excellent. So what I want to do now is I'm going to play what Shannon Sharpe and Joe Johnson had to say here. I want you guys to listen to it, and we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to their comments.
Joe, I thought the officials had a bad stretch. That was a goaltending on Cornet. Yeah. How did they miss that?
Well,
the ball went up Chet's foot. How do you miss that? And the ref trying to get a challenge, and y'all like, what? No, come on, Joe, you can't miss that. Now, in the international rules, you can goaltend.
Right.
Off the rim.
Right.
But you can't do that in the NBA. I mean, the man look, I understand both of them got size 30 shoes. One got a boat, the other got a yacht. But the ball went out with Chet foot. It did, it did.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't know what the refs be looking at.
I don't know either. And Shea, 17 free
Anthony
throws,
Rob,
man.
I can help you.
You know what I think? I'm thinking, you know what? They might need to cap it. You can only shoot 10 free throws in a game.
What?
That's your max. They said, come on, man.
Hey, and when I was watching Shea, especially in that first quarter, Uncle Ocho, his body language was funky. It stank.
He's struggling from the field, Joe. He knows in order to get the numbers he's getting, I mean, he's got to go to the free throw line. And he's done a great job of creating that contact. But sometimes they talk about, because the other night they called a foul on Fox, talking about Fox didn't impede his landing space.
Right.
He likes to come down all funky.
Yeah, he does.
Great. So you saw that there. And then, of course, you have the image here of Tony Brothers kind of smiling or winking at the Thunder, and it just looked a little weird, right? It was just a weird thing. But back to my take on all of this. The Thunder have found a way to manipulate the refs. And I don't know why the refs just allow them to get away with so many things. Like even the ball when it went out of bounds on Chet Holmgren's foot, like, come on, man. Or not giving the challenge to the Spurs head coach. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Right? I don't know why they give SGA and all of these guys so many calls when it's the playoffs. How many times have we been watching this conference finals where we heard Reggie Miller or Jamal Crawford be like, come on, you got to what are we doing? This is the conference finals. Like, what are we doing? So it's very, very weird. I don't know. Maybe the refs want to see the Thunder and the Knicks in the finals. Now, I'm rooting for the Spurs. I hope they win this series. And I said that it'll be very difficult for me if the Spurs go to the finals and play the Knicks because I grew up in New York City, right? I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up in Yonkers. You know what I mean? So I grew up in New York. So I'm rooting for the Knicks, but then Wemby's like turning into one of my favorite players. So it's like, you know what I mean? But if the Spurs get knocked out, then I'm riding with the Knicks. I'm riding with the Knicks all the way. Now, I'm not going to be one of these crazy-ass Knicks fans, like losing their mind, pulling out brooms. Like, some of y'all got to chill. Like, some of y'all going to get arrested for nothing. Like, some of y'all got to chill. Like, some of y'all got to chill out. But I understand what Shannon Sharpe is saying. Now, do I think the refs are actively rigging the games? There's no definitive proof for that. I mean, we have what we're looking at. A lot of us are confused as to why they continuously swallow the whistle time after time after time after time again. A lot of us are confused by that. We don't get it. But at the same time, if you're the Spurs, you got to find a way to play through this, man. Victor has to be better. Victor Wembanyama, I don't even think, he didn't even have 10 rebounds in the game. And you're the tallest guy on the court. So you got to find ways to overcome this. I remember a number of years ago when the Lakers were playing against the Denver Nuggets, I think in the Western Conference Finals, if I'm not mistaken, and Dante Jones was actively trying to foul Kobe Bryant. Kobe wasn't crying to the refs. You got to play through it. So the Spurs need to find a way to play through it. Stephon Castle is clearly getting flummoxed by the way the refs are calling the game. You can see it. So the Spurs need to be stronger emotionally, and I think the Thunder players know that they're getting to the Spurs. They know that they're being affected by all of this, and that's the reason why they continue to do it. And I think that the Thunder are using this as an edge to emotionally fluster them, and it's working on the Spurs. For Victor not to show up for the media, to speak to the media in Game 5, you can tell that this series is getting to them, and the more that goes on, the more of an advantage the Thunder have. And remember, they are the champions, and they have the experience on their side as well. Bear that in mind as well. So these are my thoughts, man. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.